Welcome to Overlook Valley Homestead. I'm Mark, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about weed eaters. Every year when I get ready to get my weed eater out, it don't want to run. It's always something stopped up in the carburetor, and I have to take it all apart, clean it, and I might get it to run good, and it might just half run. I might have to have it on half choke or something to get it run. And it's just such an inconvenience to me. I hate weed eating as it is, and I definitely hate weed eating when I gotta stop and work on the weed eater all the time before I can even use it. And so what I did is last year, a cousin of mine, he got a new weed eater, and he called me and he was telling me about it. And I went over to his house and visited with him, and he got it out and he was showing it to me, and he had actually bought a DeWalt weed eater, and I really liked it. I thought, man, this is great. This is the thing to have. So me and Sarah, we loaded up and we went down to Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere, and we looked at them. And when I got there were several to choose from, and I started looking at the DeWalts because that's what my cousin had, And what I noticed is when you had the DeWalt in your hand, the bar that goes down to the ground, it had a lot of sway in it like that. And as you was weed eating, it would do, it would sway. It was I'm a big fan of DeWalt products. I love DeWalt, but I really didn't like that compared to some of the other ones that they had there. And so I found this one, and this is called an EGO brand, and it's a 56 volt weed eater, and it's battery powered, has a charger, comes with a charger, and it's pretty lightweight, pretty balanced, and I really liked it. And when you move it, it don't have so much sway in the end of it like the DeWalt did have. So I ended up going with this one, and I'm very, very happy with it. Never again will I buy a gas weed eater. These are awesome. Just push the button and you're ready to go with it. It does just as good a job as a gas weed eater. I'm very happy with it. This is the battery. You just push the button there and it turns green or red and tells you, whether or not it's ready to go or if it needs to be charged. Slides on and off pretty easy, Well, I say it does. There we go. And it just seems to be overall a good product. And I really like it. I went ahead and bought 2 batteries because I have a lot of weed eating to do around here. And a battery, using it pretty hard, staying after it, will last right around 45 minutes. And 2 batteries, that gives me an hour and a half, and that's about what it takes for me to do weed eating around our place here. So I wanted to take some time and show you this weed eater and let you know that they're out there. If you don't know, I'm sure you do. They've been out a while, but my thoughts on this weed eater is this is the way to go. I put it up at the end of the year. Next year I get it out. The battery charger has it's built into the battery charger, where if you leave the battery on the charger for over 30 days, it will take the power out. It will get rid of the power that's in the battery and bring it down itself, and then recharge it, and it will continue that cycle, so to keep the battery in good shape so that it's not charging too much, or it's just sitting there not doing anything. And batteries that don't work seem to go bad for some reason. So that's one good feature that's on the charger that I really like. And a couple times in the winter I will change out my 2 batteries, so that they both can go through those cycles and be ready to go when the grass season starts coming. And I don't know about you guys, but around here this is a every week thing. Our grass in our yard grows so great. if I could get the grass in my pasture to grow like the grass in my yard does, that'd just be awesome. But I don't know why it is that the grass in the yard grows better than the grass in the pasture, but I guess it just does it that way. But anyways, I want to take time to show you this, and while we're sitting here, I'll tell you a little bit about my lawnmower. This is a John Deere. It's a G100. My dad bought this lawnmower brand new. I don't even know what year he bought it, but he bought it brand new, and he used it and used it and used it. When he first bought it, he cut 3 to 4 yards a week with it. He cut my yard, my brother's yard, his yard, and his mother's yard, and it seems like maybe there was one more yard that he was cutting every week. And he really put the hours on this lawnmower. Right now it has almost 6,000 hours on it. Now, I did have to replace the engine about a year ago. It leaked so much oil that finally, one day I was cutting the grass and the oil was leaking out of it, and it got down on the electric clutch, and I guess some old grass got in there and actually caught on fire. So I had to put that out, and when that happened, I thought, well, okay, it's time to do something about it instead of just keep using it, you know. And so I bought a junk Craftsman lawnmower that had the same exact motor on it from a friend of mine, and I put the motor on here, and you know, we're good to go. I've been mowing with it ever since. Well, one of the bad things about John Deere lawnmowers is the hoods. They come with this plastic hood, and if you touch anything with that hood, it's broke, and there's no putting it back together. To buy a new hood, it costs about $500. And I don't know about you, but I'm not paying $500 for a plastic hood to go on a lawnmower that will do the same thing if I touch something with it again. That's my theory on it. So the Craftsman mower that I bought, and it wasn't a functioning mower. The deck was messed up on it, and some other things, so that's why I didn't just use it. I went ahead and elected to fix my John Deere. But anyways, it comes with a metal hood, and I didn't have a hood, and you know, it just looks funny to me riding a lawnmower around without a hood, and it will also make the engine overheat because it's not drawing the air where it's supposed to. So I took the hood off the Craftsman, and I made it fit this John Deere. And I painted it green like the John Deere color, and most people never know it, but I do, and it works really good. You know, it fits right on there like it should. It stands up, whatever. And I took the on the inside, there's like an air duct that goes down right here, so that where the engine draws air, you know, so that it can put the air in the correct places in the motor. So I mounted that inside this hood off of my old hood, and it works wonderful. It works great. But anyways, I thought I'd tell you about that. And one day I'm sure I'm gonna have to get a new lawnmower, and I really like that new bad boy that's been out. One of my cousins has one. He has a commercial grade, and I really like it. So that may be, if I can afford it, that may be what I go to next. But who knows, I may have to go with something cheaper. Also, the seat on this lawnmower, it's not the factory seat. The John Deere seats, they're just awful. They don't last any time. And I'm not knocking John Deere. I think John Deere is great. I love John Deere equipment and stuff. But they like it too because they really overprice it. I'll say that. But this seat right here actually came off of a Murray lawnmower, and it's wonderful. It's rubber. It's not the plastic or vinyl like a lot of the seats have. It's rubber, and it seems to hold up really good. And I took it off and mounted on just like it's supposed to be, and it works. You know, you never know it didn't come on the mower other than it's not a yellow seat. other than that, that's all I really can say about the lawnmower. Other than this has been a great one, and I will say one more thing. When my dad bought this mower, brand new, he went to John Deere dealership and bought it brand new. I think it was right at $6,000 for it. It's a 25 horse twin cylinder Kohler, and it will cut. Let me tell you, I've cut stuff that's over my head with this lawnmower. I've been abusive to it, and it just takes it and takes it and takes it. Sometimes I say I've been bush hogging with my lawnmower, because some of the things I've cut trees, small trees with it, and I shouldn't do it, but I do. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do with what you got. But anyways, when my dad bought this lawnmower, about a month later, I went to the same John Deere dealership and I bought a brand new John Deere. It was a smaller John Deere. It was a LT 160. This is a G100. Anyways, that was the absolute sorriest lawnmower I've ever owned in my life. From day one, I had to work on it and work on it and work on it, and it was just crazy. It had fuel problems. It didn't want to get the fuel up to the engine like it was supposed to, and I changed fuel pumps. I even put an electric fuel pump on it at one point in time, and it worked. It made it run, but when you would mash the gas and go faster, it would starve for gas, and then if you adjusted it where it wouldn't do that, well, then when you stopped, it would overload with gas. So that didn't really work out, because these are set up to have a fuel pump on them that the more you mash the gas pedal, the more gas it puts to it. The less you mash the gas pedal, the less gas, so that they maintain a good idle and a good running speed. So anyways, I messed with that more. I think it had like 400 and something hours on it when I finally just give up on it, and I actually just gave it to my brother. I gave $2,500 for the lawnmower, and mine, when I bought it, was not brand new. It was very close to brand new. It had 7 or 8 hours on it, I think, and the story that I was gave from the dealership was that a guy had bought it, took it home, and cut with it one time, and decided it wasn't a big enough lawnmower for his land, because he cut too much land, so he brought it back and traded for a bigger one. But now that I look back at that, I think probably he'd got a lemon and he brought it back, and I bought the lemon. But anyways, it was no comparison to this lawnmower, and this is a wonderful lawnmower. They don't make this G100 anymore, but they're making the X series and a GX or GTs or something like that, and they're really good. My dad actually has a new one of those, and it's a good lawnmower too. But my advice to you, as far as buying a John Deere lawnmower, if you're going to buy one, get a bigger one. Don't get the small ones like you see at Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere like that, because they're very cheaply made. I've even heard that they're not the same grade that someone makes them for John Deere. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard that. But I will tell you, if you get a real good John Deere product, it will be a good product for you to have, and it will last years and years. This lawnmower is probably, I would say this lawnmower is 15 years old, maybe. Might be a little older than that, and it's ready to go when I am right now. But I know there will come a day that I got to get a different one or do something different. So just keep that in mind. And the same thing with the weed eater. I hope you understand why I went with an electric weed eater instead of a gas one. Is I get sick of working on it, and I'm really good with small engines. I've done all kinds of small engine work. I used to race go-karts, and I built small engines for people that race go-karts and for myself. And it's not that I don't know how to work on them. It's just, it's aggravating when you get ready to do something and you got to work on it before you can do it. And I guess as I get older, I always wondered why my dad liked to buy new things instead of buying something that needed a little something and fixing it, and saving money. But as I get older, I'm kind of learning that it's just better to have something good than it is to have somebody else's junk. But then on the other hand, there's a lot of times that I buy something that somebody else has that's not perfect or not great, and I fix it and I come out with something very good. So I guess that could go either way, it's just according if you don't mind fixing those things, or if you do, I guess that's got a lot of bearing on what you buy, and to each their own, I guess. But anyways, thank you for coming by the homestead today and hanging out with us, and click on that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can get our notifications of our next videos, and share our videos with your friends and family and anybody else you think that would like to see what we do here on their homestead. And thanks for coming by, and God bless.